Alright, swiftly hopping into now the third set. It is going to be Bounty on the map Hideout. Now quickly, before we get into the map and the draft, let's just talk about the fact that 93% of you have voted for NAVI to win on event.brawlstars.com, which I just find so interesting because NAVI have always been a fan favorite. But today, they have not shown up, as we can see by that devastating 2-0 scoreline as of now for FA Nidog. Navi have to lock in, and they can do that by selecting a Melody first pick. Overall, very solid brawler, has a lot of damage, has a lot of mobility with those 3 dashes, and the shield gadget just gives her so much more survivability in those close range interactions where you just want to get the kill, survive, and then dash out if you recharge those supers. Nidog, starting off with the max, which is very solid. I feel like with the Angelo banned out on both sides, you have such a strong brawler out of the way, and Max just provides so much value with that speed, and I feel like they should go with something maybe a bit more control oriented or something that just pairs really nicely with the Max. Let's see what they go for here. They do end up going with the Charlie, which is a pretty interesting idea to say the least. I think Charlie has been falling off a little bit as she's been getting those constant nerfs every update, 2 to 3 nerfs, but still the Spider's gadget is super strong. And just as I'm talking about the Spider's gadget, I think they might opt out of using that gadget as the Carl comes in from Navi. The Carl is just so good overall. You know, you get a free blue star every time you have the Carl on your team, and that super plus the gadget, the flying hook combo is just so deadly. Plus the main attack from Carl just tears down those spiders so easily. So Ryohei might opt to use the second gadget, which cocoons himself, heals him for 3,300 HP about, and keeps him in the cocoon in order to survive some of these interactions, perhaps from the Melody. And Navi finish off their comp with the Gus, which I find, again, pretty interesting, as Gus is a pretty outdated brawler. There's, in general, just a lot of damage in this meta, and I don't think Gus has enough power to defend himself. He doesn't do enough damage with his main attack, and he doesn't really have any capabilities of dealing with up close and personal damage. I think the buff that he got recently, which adds an extra knockback to his shield regardless of whether he gives it to himself or his teammates, is very good. But still, as long as you don't have that shield, you are a pretty easy target for a brawler like Draco. Now I think we all get excited when we look at Draco, but I think we gotta realize also that this map is not really favoring Draco. I mean, I see the idea, right? The Max and the Draco. You get that Draco in the dragon form, and then you pop the Max super, and the whole team just explodes. But Ghost T will have to get that super first, and I think that will be the hard part. I think the majority of his super is actually just gonna be from taking damage, and then just healing up and then taking more damage, because I don't really see him getting any main attacks off on Navi, because his range is just too short and he has no mechanisms to get up close. We had quite an explosive start actually on the right side, as I was talking about the Draco. Suzuku does get Kuru, and Levi picks up the blue star to make it a 3-star lead for Navi. Kuru now gonna slot back onto the right hand side, try and get the control of that lane and allow Ghost T and Ryohei to work up that left hand side. Ryohei is low, Suzuku pushing in again, but he does get cocooned this time. I think he will make it out though. Yup. Kuru is using the slimy star power, which leaves that sticky residue on the ground for 5 seconds. Could be useful for zoning out some of the area which the cocoon follows. Suzuku going in again, uses all 3 dashes. Levi going in as well, pops the super to get out. He can't really go in on anyone though. Both teams just sitting back here, but look at that left side, Ryohei Ghost T, there we go. There is the combo that I was talking about. Ghost T just holds down that auto aim. Achapi tries to save his teammate Levi, who goes down, but Kuruneru pushing up. He does miss the super, but the spiders come out anyway. Achapi and Suzuku are super low. Oh, I feel like Nidog could have at least capitalized on getting one of those kills. But they decide to play it safe. They are in the lead. They need to survive this now. I don't think NAVI are going to be able to do anything as Nidog have such a good positioning. The Hypercharge super gets popped. The speed is gone through. The energy drink gets thrown out. And that is it. Nidog move on to match point. I feel like as long as you don't feed that Draco super, this should be a NAVI game. I feel like there's just a lack of synergy overall in NAVI's comp right now. I feel like they're all individually good brawlers that they've picked up, but I don't really see the Gus working out, and I don't really see the synergy there. I feel like they had an idea, but it's not really able to become executed regardless of how skillful those players are. Suzuku farms up his supers already, pushes up now trying to get some positioning. He's continuing to push up, gets a little damage off with those main attacks, but obviously the majority of the damage comes from those notes. Kuru gonna try and get back on the right hand side, try and get that control again. Essentially the same as last time. Let Ryohei, Ghost T charge up their supers and then make that one explosive push to try and finish this game off. Ghost T is low though. There's the shield going on to Levi. Is he going to be able to do anything? He does super, he gets one. That gadget does not do anything for Kuru as Levi just shreds through it all. Ghost T is low now. He's going to try pushing up and he's in a tough spot really because he needs to take damage. He needs to feed over a little bit of the supers every time in order to charge his own. He does get it now though. Ooh. What just happened? Everyone just went down. And I think Ghost T, yep, Ghost T wasted a super as well. Perfectly executed from NAVI. Everyone just timed it perfectly and the whole of Nidog just popped. Everyone had to respawn and that resulted in a 9-0 lead for NAVI. They need to survive this now though. Kuru just throws out a super, gets a little bit of value from the slow. Levi goes in on Ghost T. Ghost T pops the gadget, which makes him invulnerable for 2 seconds, but that does not help him. Kuru gets taken down as well, and that is a 13-star lead for NAVI. NAVI just need to stay back 5 seconds. I don't think this is going to be possible. Ghost T pushing up, gets his super, but in the last seconds, it will not matter. NAVI finally showing some signs of life here. Great stuff from them. I feel like that synergetic play that they made to go from 0 stars to 9 stars was just amazing. Timing was perfect. And I think we need to see more of that. NAVI have shown us that they can do it. Now we need to see them do it again in this next game to prevent themselves from getting swept in a 3-0 fashion. Kuru now is allowed to push up that right hand side. NAVI have already let go of a bit of control here. Kuru has proven very, very influential. If he is not alive, then NAVI will get to wrap around. As Ghost T can't really do anything. He doesn't really have much pressure at all on that left hand side. He's forced to pop a gadget now. Kuru's coming in to assist. He does pop the gadget but does not help him at all. The note's still spinning and the cocoon right there gets the kill onto Kuru. It's a 3-star lead with the blue star for NAVI. Ryohei, pop speed now. Ghost T doesn't have a super though, so he's just going to try and use that speed to get up, use his main attacks to try and get the kill. Ryohei's super low right there. Ryohei does go down. Ghost T is one shot as well. He does get picked off at the edge of the range from that crawl pickaxe. 7-0 lead with a blue star for NAVI. Nidog need to recompose and try and get a push together. They do have the max speed and the Ghost T super going in right now. Ghost T gonna try and get someone here. Can he get the Carl? He does, but Suzuku on the bottom side gets one. Ghost T gets a Choppy, but Suzuku gets Kuru. A lot of trades happening right here. Ghost T gonna try and get Levi, but he's not able to. His HP situation is too low. Kuru gonna try again. Go down that right hand side. He needs to go down the right again, because he's been proving to be such a threat on that right hand side. Ghost T does have super. Ryohei has hypercharge as well. This is looking good for Nidog, but no, they're all going down. Ghost T goes down. Kuru the last one left, and that's it. that is game over. Navi exterminate Night Dog and just destroy any hopes that they had to try and get the game-ending play. And Navi push it to a set 4, and that is what we love to see from them.